Great morning and happy Monday. This is Kristen Young, the marriage enthusiast, with your Monday morning marriage-minded message. So today is a little tough. We are talking about how you know you are ready for divorce. See, over the past couple of weeks, I've had 3 different couples let me know that they are indeed preparing for divorce. And it's very difficult to hear, no matter how connected you are to someone, regardless of how close the relationship is. It's difficult to hear that someone is choosing to divorce and move on to the next season of life without their current spouse. So this made me think about how we actually know we are ready for divorce. See, society lets us know, or lets us believe, that divorce is always an option. We leave divorce on the table at all times. We walk down the aisle knowing that in the event this doesn't work out, we can always divorce and start over. So I thoroughly believe in starting over, but with the same spouse. See, there's too many times where we miss opportunities to grow closer to our spouses because we're allowing those challenges that we're having to continue to drive a wedge within our marriages. There's too many times where we make assumptions about how our spouse is going to react based on how they reacted in similar situations before, how we've seen them with different family members or friends, and we just say, hey, I'm not even going to bother myself with it. I'm not even going to go through that hassle. And it's very unfortunate. So there's 2 things I want us to talk about today as far as whether or not you know you're ready for divorce. The first one is, have you been completely naked with your spouse? See, when we come together as husband and wife, it's for us to continue to grow together and love each other one-on-one. It's for us to continue to be united and grow closer together and truly become one throughout that journey. But too often we allow ourselves to continue to separate or to continue to keep that wedge in between us because we don't want to lose our identity, or as I mentioned before, we assume how our spouse is going to react. And in some cases, it's a power struggle. We don't want to relinquish a certain level of power, or we feel like our spouses may abuse a certain level of power or hold things over our heads, and therefore we won't want that. So therefore we'll just continue to keep that separation or continue to keep secrets. There's certain things that we won't tell our spouses about our history, about our childhood, about certain scenarios that we've been through recently that may have affected us in a certain way, but we don't want to seem soft, or we don't want to seem like we're overreacting, or whatever the case may be that we tell ourselves. Therefore, we continue to keep these things from our spouses, and we never know how much that may actually benefit your marriage. So I always encourage you to be completely naked. And if you're honestly at that place where you feel like divorce is the only option, what difference does it make? If you put everything out on the table, let your spouse know how you really feel, you can't lose. So you might as well allow yourself that opportunity to completely put everything out there and just say, this is how I feel, this is what has been bothering me, this is how I responded, this is what I was thinking about this scenario. Whatever the case is, make sure everything is put out there. The second thing I want you to think about is, how emotional are you? Because let's say you're having this conversation and you're becoming completely naked with your spouse, and you find yourself still getting emotional, still shedding tears, still getting violently angry about how your spouse is responding, or reliving what happened within your marriage, or what your spouse may have done or didn't do, and finding yourself going to that emotional state. If that is your situation, that's a major indication that you still care, there's still love there, and there's still something that needs to be resolved. So until you can say that you have truly exhausted all options, you've truly resolved everything to the best of your ability, divorce is not yet your option. So I encourage you to focus on just those 2 areas. Do a self-check and see, how emotional are you? Do you truly get fired up and get enraged when you think about something? Do you immediately start welling up with tears when you think about that one scenario that you believe is driving you to divorce? If that is the case, I encourage you to seek support. Of course, Living the Vows is always here for that support. We do offer marriage coaching, especially in those areas of crisis. If that is where you are, I encourage you to reach out. You can always email us at yes@livingthevows.com, or go to our website and go directly through the website at www.livingthevows.com. You can schedule a free session. Get on the calendar, schedule a free session so we can just kind of talk through whatever areas may be hindering you. And then, of course, on social media, we encourage you to please like our Facebook page. Go to Living the Vows and like our page. You can always reach out to us through social media as well. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is all Living the Vows. So just know that we are here. We are all about bringing joy to marriages. We want to see marriage successful. We want to see marriages striving. We want to bring those families back together again, bring families stronger than ever. So we are here to support you. And if we're not the best fit for you, we do have resources that we can refer you to. So please, 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 I encourage you, do that self-check, do that internal check, see where you are, see how you can move forward within your current marriage and truly feel like you have exhausted every single possible and impossible option before you head down that road to divorce. So I love you all. Thank you so much for watching every week. I encourage you to have an intentional week, an intentional Monday, and I will see you next week.